Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We're at the Cloud Expo 2011 in Santa Clara, California. On our program is Pete Maclcom, who's the CEO of Abiquo. Pete, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Rich. How are you?
Good. So you had a keynote today. Let's talk a little bit about that for those people who either want a refresher, they saw it, and they want to be reminded, or those people who missed it.
Sure. So what we were really trying to do was to kind of reflect on our knowledge of the market over the past sort of 18 months and really try to see what it is that the customers really want. And what we've discovered is that with most of the cloud solutions, they're not really addressing the needs of all of the stakeholders. And this is, the products tend to be biased in one direction or another, overly biased in favor of the cloud consumer, or overly biased in favor of IT ops. And really you've got to balance those two, provide what both of them need, and you've also got to include the compliance guys and the CFO to make sure we're really saving money with this thing, which is the whole point after all. So that was really what the keynote was about this morning. And when you actually do balance those things together, and we showed that they can be really balanced, you can get some benefits which are greater than the sum of the parts. So we were showing this morning our ability to allow the users to do just-in-time provisioning and to allow them to know in advance what that was going to cost them to try and drive down unnecessary provisioning and that kind of stuff, which has been around for years.
So in terms of the market and how it's been evolving, I mean, what are you seeing in the last year and a half?
Well, I think the difference in the last year is that the enterprise customers and the MSPs that service those enterprise customers as a consequence have really started to begin adoption. Now, don't get me wrong, we're certainly still in the very early phases. The market is probably only 1% adopted, if that. But there's real revived interest. People are now moving forward with those deployments, and obviously for us that's really encouraging.
It's great to hear. Now, in terms of response to the keynote, did you have a chance to talk with any of the industry players, and what came of it?
I had some conversations afterwards. In fact, we've got some of the industry players coming to a follow-up session that we're doing tomorrow, a kind of a town hall meeting where we posed some questions today and invited the audience to comment on our blog or to come to the session tomorrow and give their feedback. And as a result of that, we had an analyst came to us who we're hoping is going to join us tomorrow, who gave his view and how well he thought we were aligned with what the market was saying to him.
That's great. That's always great, right? When the analysts agree,
yeah.
Right?
Great.
Good. So it seems like there's a lot of energy in the cloud space, right? I mean, it sounds like, over the years that we've been covering your company, it just seems like there's more and more interest. Are we getting to that critical mass point yet?
Again, market's still less than 1% adopted, so I think the critical mass is coming. I think that what customers have now been able to see is really what the vendors' products do, how they're differentiated. We've had some good market reports describing what each of the vendors does, and I think the kind of fog is clearing, and the kind of leading enterprises are now seeing exactly what they need to do and seeing products that are starting to address their needs, which is obviously what we're aiming at. So yeah, I think it's starting to move. Good.
No, it's great. Less than 1%. That means we've got a lot of growth potential.
We absolutely
ahead, right?
We absolutely have, and that's why this show gets bigger every time we do it.
That's good. It's really good to hear. So from a competitive standpoint, have you seen anything change in the market?
We've seen some changes, nothing massive. We have seen some more focus, a lot of startups coming in, looking at cost analysis of the cloud and cost models and that sort of thing. And in fact, in our own version 2.0 that we released here, we have international cost models that we've now brought into the product, multi-currency stuff. So we're seeing there's quite a bit of interest there. But I think the real change is really starting to see how people are adapting their product for particular sectors of the market. So in our case, that's enterprises. There are other companies that are more aiming at the sort of test dev type market. You're starting to see those, saying, instead of saying we can all do everything, we're starting to see people specialize in different areas.
So what's next for Abiquo?
So we got our 2.0 product we just announced at the show here today. We got a lot of promotion of that to do. First announcement here. So that's the next thing for us to be really driving forward. We've been working with our customers to get that really right. So from there, and then we obviously have new things we're working on behind the scenes, but we'll talk about those another day.
That's awesome. So thank you so much for being here, and we're looking forward to seeing you on set again.
Great. Thanks for your time.